Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats and join me in welcoming co-founder and CEO of Pinterest, Ben Silbermann.
Hi everyone, my name is Ben. I'm the CEO of Pinterest. And on behalf of the whole company, I just wanted to thank Shop Talk for having us here today. It's been quite a conference. It's been so exciting to get to talk with our friends and with our partners. I think my only beef might be the guy that scheduled me after the shirtless fire dancer, but we'll do our best. You know, I was walking the floor today, and I was pretty blown away. Right? It's a shopping conference. It's 2018. And at the booths, they're talking about AI, robotic logistics, virtual reality. And it's pretty mind-blowing. This is the stuff of science fiction a few years ago, and it's the things that are going to power the future of the shopping experiences today. And it made me realize just how far we've come. You know, I was thinking about my first shopping experiences when I was a kid. Right? I grew up in the 80s and 90s in Des Moines, Iowa, and I think like a lot of people, your first shopping experience, it was at the mall. The mall wasn't just a place to shop, it was a place to be. Right? You could go to different shops, you could discover things that are new. You could find what are the cool clothes, where do I hear the newest music, you could try new foods, you could read new books. And the whole experience was designed assuming that you didn't necessarily know what was in there by the time that you walked in. At the time, I didn't really think about it, and it's only later that I realized that's not an accident. All of that is by design. The windows, the store attendants, the racks of CDs, the layout of the mall itself, it's all been engineered to help you discover things that you didn't know were out there. A lot's changed in shopping, and a lot of it's for the better. Right? You can sit on your couch at home, and you can flip through millions of products. You don't have to travel anywhere. With a push of a button, you can order things, and they'll show up at your home. I typed in men's jeans into a small e-commerce provider in Seattle, and right below it said results 1 to 50 of at least 50,000. It's pretty incredible. But here's the thing. If you don't know what you're looking for, or if you're overwhelmed by choice, the abundance of online shopping presents a huge problem. We believe that discovery, the same discovery experiences that existed in the offline world, they haven't yet come to the online world. And that's what we're going to talk about today, visual discovery. Pinterest is a visual discovery engine. Every day, millions of people all over the world, they come to Pinterest to get ideas. Ideas for everyday things. Ideas for what they want to eat. Ideas for what they want to wear. Ideas for how they want to decorate their home. And why do they come to Pinterest? They come to Pinterest because it's one of the few places that instead of telling people what you're looking for in words, you can browse through millions of possibilities and select things that you know you love. Whoever said that, a picture is worth 1,000 words, they were onto something. On Pinterest, you come and you see a catalog where everything is hand-picked for you. And if you see an item you love, you can take that item and you can save it into a collection. Right? This is a collection of chairs. This is a collection of gardens. This is a collection of style. There are collections of fancy cupcakes. There are collections of tattoos. People make these collections because they're planning for something in the future of their life. They're planning what they want to cook, what they want to buy in their home, where they want to travel. They're planning special events. They're planning the everyday things that they care about. It was Wired magazine that said, Pinterest is the productivity app for planning all of your dreams. Now, why does that matter? If we were just building an online scrapbook, that would be cool. I love scrapbooking. But it matters because those vision boards about people's aspirational future, more often than not, become their real future. This is Laura, the dress she's holding up, the denim one that she loves. She discovered it on Pinterest, and she never knew that style was out there until she saw it for the very first time. This is Henrik. He lives in Berlin. He wanted to build his first custom bicycle, so he created an inspiration board on Pinterest, and this is him standing in front of the final thing. This is Alyssa. Alyssa was looking for new makeup ideas. She found a new product from Glossier called Boy Brow. She'd never heard of it before, and now sits on the board called My Daily Beauty Routine. All over the world, there are millions of people, and they have very basic visual discovery questions. More than 200 million people use Pinterest every single month, and they don't use it as a sideline hobby to their life. They use it as the tool to plan what they're going to do in the future. They come to Pinterest open-minded, considering what they want, but they haven't been able to form it into words. And the question you might be asking is why? Why is this tool used, and why are there other tools being used increasingly for visual discovery services? 9 out of 10 people say that when they see things on Pinterest, it motivates them to go buy things in the future. And it motivates them because what we present is visual. I think that we're undergoing a fundamental transformation in how we consume media. At the beginning of the internet, media was really about text. Think about the early days of the web. What do we call a web page? It's called a page. What do we call HTML? It's hypertext markup language. What do you type into a search engine like Google? You type in keywords. And that's the way that everyone's been navigating the internet until something happened about 9 or 10 years ago. And you guys all have one in your pocket. What happened was the smartphone. For the first time, billions of people on the planet have a high-resolution camera in their pocket. They have a vivid touch screen. They can see instead of typing. And it's changing everything. It changes the way that you express yourself professionally. We've gone from blogs to video stories. It changes the way that you talk to your family and friends. You went from text and voice to FaceTime and animojis. And it's changing the way that you discover everything online. I want you to take a simple example. Everyone's been in a living room. Hopefully you have a living room. Try to picture in your mind what you want that living room to look like. What pops into your head? For most people, nothing. They don't really know. They might have a general descriptor. I want it to be warm, or I want it to be cozy, or I want it to be modern. And if you ask them to describe it with a set of words, they're at a loss. They don't know how to type that into a search box. Visual medium and visual discovery is changing that fundamentally. Instead of having to come up with the vocabulary to describe your taste, you can just select the thing that you respond to. Is it the one on the left? Is it the one on the right? Is it something that's more homey? Is it something that's more comfy? And when you give people the tools to express their taste without requiring that they have the vocabulary to describe it professionally, all of a sudden they discover that I do have great taste. I have a taste in fashion, I have a taste in design, I have a taste and a preference on where I want to go and what I want my future life to look like. This is Mbali. She moved to New York City. She had to get a new apartment, and she was browsing through Pinterest trying to get ideas, and one couch popped out at her. And she didn't know the name of the couch. She wouldn't know how to describe it. She hadn't heard of the brand. It was called Article. And this is her sitting on that couch today. And visual discovery made that possible. What's exciting about visual discovery now that it's online? What's exciting is just how we can do it at enormous scale. Today, there are more than 100 billion pins on Pinterest. They're not random images. They weren't collected by a web crawler. Every one was put there by a real person who cared about it. And what people do with all those images is they organize them into collections that represent their tastes and their future. That couch, it could belong in a minimalist house, a modern house. That plant could belong in your modern kitchen or your minimalist kitchen. Visual discovery lets you annotate all of this data and organize it in a way that's never been possible before. And at Pinterest, a lot of what we've been doing is trying to make sense of this extraordinary set of data. It's something that we call the taste graph. That sounds like a funny idea. Like, taste doesn't feel like the kind of thing that you can quantify and put into a graph. But do you guys remember 10 years ago when Facebook said, we'll digitize your relationships and build a social graph? Or 5 years ago when Google said, we'll digitize entities and facts and create a knowledge graph? We believe that taste can be digitized in the same way. That if you understand how regular people express their taste, and if you free them of the need to describe it in words, you gain the ability to create a graph like this. And why does that matter? It matters because in a world where there are hundreds of millions of options facing you, you need help to discover the few things that are right for you. Our belief is that building a taste graph will unlock efficiency, not just for regular people who don't want to spend time sifting through 50,000 pairs of black jeans, but for businesses. And we want your help to do this. We see the taste graph as scaffolding. Our goal is to let every store and content creator map their own creations into an ever-growing taste graph. Today, we're expanding shopping ads, which will let retailers upload their entire catalog and over time integrate their products into a living taste graph. Because the problem that we try to solve for consumers, helping them discover the few things that they'd love from the millions of options, that's the flip side of the coin that every business, every marketer, and every creative professional faces. How do I take the products and services that I make and connect them to the people that'll love those products and use them in their future? So that's our view on taste-based personalization. And if you believe in that, if you believe that the future of inspiring people online is through visual medium, and the future of personalization is through taste, then the logical last step is how do you actually let people buy all the things that they see? And that's a journey that Pinterest started just a couple years ago, but we're incredibly excited to take the next step in that journey with all of the folks here today. We've been rolling out a set of products that try to let people go from inspiration to purchase. People don't want to see products on a white background. They want the emotional engagement of seeing an outfit, of imagining how will I look in that outfit, of thinking about what party will I go into that outfit. And from there, we can work backwards to find out the products they truly love. We're asking retailers to begin tagging these scenes so as people are in the mindset of discovering new things, they can go from inspiration all the way to purchase. Now, of course, there are a lot of things that aren't actually going to be tagged. And so a second part of this strategy is we want to use computer vision to let people search and understand what's inside of images. And this is something I'm incredibly excited about. It's a new technology. It's only been in development for a few years, and it's picking up speed. But today on Pinterest, if you look at an image and zoom in, we can search for that image against the database of other ideas and try to find what that thing is just for you. Imagine the power of what that's going to mean someday. Because if you can do it on an image like this, it stands to reason that you don't have to do it on your phone. You could do it out there in the real world. And this is our newest product. It's a product called Lens. Someday, people are going to see their cameras not just as a device to record and share their memories. They're going to see it as a way to query the visual world around them. We released Lens last year, and it lets people take any photo and use it as inspiration to search for things on Pinterest. The demo you're seeing lets you take a picture of a jacket in your own closet and say, how could I style it for spring or for fall or for winter? I think in the very near future, people are going to query the world around them all the time. And ironically, the online experiences that we're taking us out of physical retail stores are going to open up the possibility for retail experiences anywhere you are, whenever you have your phone in your pocket. And so as we look to the future, what's exciting to me about visual discovery is that even though I believe that it's revolutionizing shopping today, I also believe we're at the very beginning. 3 ideas. First, that people will want to discover things through pictures instead of words. They lack the vocabulary to always understand their taste, but they know it when they see it. And if you build tools to let people express this, you'll unlock a tremendous amount of value. Second, the future of personalization is not just looking at a backlog of what people bought in the past, it's understanding their taste at a granular level. And we want to build a taste graph and ask retailers and creative professionals to enrich that graph with us so you can smooth the path between producing something beautiful and putting it in the hands of somebody that will love it. And third, we think computer vision will take the idea of querying the world around you and make it a reality. That whatever you see will be a jumping point off to what you can do. And if we do that, we can solve that discovery problem. We can go from inspiration to purchase. We can make people's dreams into their everyday reality, and we can do it with far less work and with all the convenience that consumers expect today. Thanks for your time. That's it.